Dear friends, in the last video we have seen what is Industry 4.0 and visited the 5 steps for value creation. We also briefly touched upon the 3 preceding industrial revolutions before discussing the 4th industrial revolution and its supporting technological pillars. If you have not seen the first video, you can access the link which is given below. In this video, we will find an answer to the question, what is the need for digital transformation? The intent is to have a subtle knowledge of how the forces around us at times push us in a direction, and rather than resisting these forces, how one should utilize those for sustenance and growth. Digital transformation is one such force. Drawing from my first presentation, we had seen that digitization is at the heart of Industry 4.0. Also that value creation can be achieved by digital transformation through integration of information technology and operations technology. In my next video, we will find the answer to the question, what is digital transformation? But before that, we need to understand why in the first place we need digital transformation and its importance towards value creation. So let's get back to the era. Prior to the first industrial revolution, almost all the industrial activities were carried out through efforts of human or animals, though some simple machines were available. An important thing to note here is that over ages, the inherent requirement of a human being has been to be more productive, more efficient, more effective, or in simpler terms, to derive much more with much less resources utilized. Keeping that in mind, the first revolution was about reduction of physical efforts and improved productivity. This was brought about using steam and water power. With the reduction in physical efforts achieved through steam or water powered machinery, this blue-collared worker now had to move the material or job being processed from one machine center to another, or travel from one work location to another. The next obvious requirement was reduction of unnecessary movement for further improvement of productivity. This was achieved by assembly line mechanism, which was driven by utilization of electrical motors and electricity distribution network. A point to take note of here is that electricity and electric motors were not invented by a need for assembly line, and this application for factories was decades after the first demonstration of an electric motor. With this second revolution, the worker movement were now optimized and the jobs kept coming to him while he focused on his core skills. However, increased productivity and incorporation of various machinery brought in another set of challenges. These challenges were of continuously monitoring the setup to keep them going and establishing control over them. This increased the movement of the supervisory functionaries, and the spread of factory layouts made decision making and control actions based on the information available at local stations difficult. Naturally, centralized monitoring and control was the next choice, especially with availability of computers and embedded systems. This not only solved the problem of monitoring and control, but also aided decision making, wherein monitoring and control was centralized to the control room. This was the third industrial revolution, if we can say an upshot of the digital revolution. Now what next? Globalization and spread of businesses across geographies has resulted in distributed manufacturing processes which are tightly integrated with supply and logistics chain. Add to it the humongous amount of data being generated at various levels. Decision making at the central location is no more an easy task. The fourth industrial revolution now envisions to connect multiple devices, systems and locations over the internet, targeted handling and processing, and much more. As we move ahead, we shall see how this stage now focuses on smart products and smart factories based on core decision making, assisted thinking and autonomous operations. Industry 4.0 is the term coined by German Trade and Invest, the economic development agency of the Federal Republic of Germany. Let's have a look as to what GTAI has defined Industry 4.0 as. Smart Industry or Industry 4.0 refers to the technological evolution from embedded systems to cyber physical systems. Put simply, Industry 4.0 represents the fourth industrial revolution on the way to Internet of Things, data and services. Decentralized intelligence helps create intelligent object networking and independent process management with the interaction of the real and virtual worlds, representing a crucial new aspect of the manufacturing and production processes. Industry 4.0 represents thus a paradigm shift from centralized to decentralized production, made possible by technological advances which constitute a reversal of conventional production process logic. To put it in simpler terms, smart production would be the norm in the world where intelligent information and communications technology based machines, systems and networks are capable of independently exchanging and responding to the information from managing industrial production processes. Only high order decision making, which arises due to conflicts, ambiguity, exceptions or possible alternatives, are handled at a central level. Also, this means that industrial production machinery no longer simply processes the product, but that the product communicates with the machinery to tell exactly what to do. A move towards batch size 1. Individualization or customization of products and services, a reversal from mass production and centralized control. Please do take a note that digitization and digital transformation is at the core of this revolution. And also do take a note that the first three revolutions were described or discussed after they happened, whereas the fourth revolution is something which has just begun and is taking shape. However, we are discussing the future here, and therein lies the importance of the subject. In my next video, we shall discuss digitization and digital transformation in great details. So, having discussed how the industry has transformed over the years from physical efforts to automation and what is envisioned future based on technologies available, I would like to leave behind something to ponder over. Is Industry 4.0 a revolution or an evolution? Give it a thought to it. Interestingly, if one misses a revolution, there is a risk of being rendered irrelevant at a future date. Worse, if one misses an evolution cycle, then extinction is definitely the result. Thank you and see you again on the next video, that is on what is digital transformation.